Hello, my name is Pecan Cookie, and in this video we're going to be talking about one of the most overhated My Street characters, Jennifer Rose, aka Jenny. All fandoms have toxic people in them, and sadly, My Street is no exception, especially when it comes to Jenny. Jenny is a character introduced in Falcon Claw University, which I just recently made a video about, and she seems to be one of the most hated characters in My Street. Real quick, let's go over the most hated characters of My Street. We have Ian, a villain. Of course he's going to be hated. Xavier, he's somewhat of a villain, but not much of a threat, but still pretty much a jerk. Derek, pretty bad father to Aaron in the beginning. Zach, also a bad father, / a cheater. Elizabeth, a bad mother, a villain, and possibly a cheater. Demon Warlock, that one's pretty obvious to why he's hated. It's kind of in his name. And Garte, who is also a bad father. And who else is on this list with all these people who have committed horrible crimes is Jenny, a girl who had a crush on Aaron. Jenny is in no way my favorite character. I find her overbearing at sometimes, but I don't hate her, and I definitely don't think she's a bad person. Now let's see what some other people think about Jenny. Jenny, your hunk is here. Me, gimme the chancla. Stay away from Af's man, Jenny. You can't take to what I already have on Aaron and Afmount. Okay, that's not even correct grammar there. Why is everyone crushing on Aaron? Oh my god, back off, ladies. That Af man you're talking to, grrr. Jenny, I like Aaron, Afmount fandom. Okay, guys, let's get the pitchforks. I think you're more embodying you than the whole fandom here. Don't let me in with you, please. Now, let's take a look at Jenny. Jenny is a senior in college, the same age as Aaron. She's a bit immature, can be annoying and obsessive at times, but she's a kind person who can recognize her mistakes and failures. She has the biggest crush on Aaron and often finds herself not paying attention in class while daydreaming about him. She's liked him for some time, but never spoke to him. Once it was revealed in graduation days that she had a crush on Aaron, people started hating her, even when she had been shown to be a nice person. In the beginning of the season, Jenny doesn't care if other girls talk to Aaron. When she notices Aaron looking at Afmouth, she even tries to help them talk to each other. Later in FCU, Jenny's attitude changes a little bit. She starts getting more jealous or defensive around Aaron. But like Afmouth and Diana, Jenny has been getting threatening letters slid under her door. Getting these letters makes her more paranoid. She's also having nightmares. I think she started suspecting Afmouth might be giving her these letters because she seemed closest to Aaron. Well, these aren't positive things. She isn't a bad person. And even though she might have been thinking some things about Afmouth that weren't true, she was still perfectly nice to her when they talked. But maybe that's not why people like her. Maybe let's take a look at her treatment of Aaron when they were together. For the first half of FCU, Jenny's fawning over Aaron and slowly becoming closer to him. Finally, she works up the courage to confess, and Aaron says yes to being her boyfriend, on accident.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
This does make her more obsessive, and she seems to not take Aaron's feelings into account. Does this make her evil? No. We don't know much about Jenny's past or childhood. Maybe this is her first romantic relationship, and she just doesn't really know how to do it right. After Aaron breaks up with Jenny, she becomes defensive and yells at him. But take this into consideration. Pretend you're her. You've liked a guy for years. You work up the confidence to talk to him and eventually confess. He says yes to being your boyfriend. Then after a few weeks, he breaks things off, saying that he said yes as a mistake. Of course you'd be mad. Any reasonable person would be mad. Once she calms down and thinks more, she realizes that she did make mistakes in the relationship. She should have been more considerate. She actually apologizes to Aaron in the final, admitting her mistakes to him. And this right here shows she's not evil. She was able to admit being in the wrong and says that she needs to work on herself and be better. Recognizing your own faults when you have been a jerk is not something an evil person does. Now, let's look at what Jenny did wrong. She wasn't the best girlfriend to Aaron, and she might have been a little rude to some of the other girls, but that's about it, and she apologized for these things in the end. Almost every comment I've seen about Jenny is pretty hateful. Ginny is so gonna turn into a yandere. This comment isn't very unique. A lot of comments call Ginny a yandere. Now let's see if that's correct. And actually, in my street, one character does call her a yandere, but that was coming from Kathy, so I don't know how accurate her opinion is in this. So let's just ignore Kathy's opinion because, well, it's Kathy. Let's see if Ginny meets the yandere criteria. Obsessed with their love interest. Yes. Only cares for themselves. No, she cares about all her friends and Aaron. Does immoral things because of her love. No. Becomes violent because of her love. No. Is a bit of a stalker? No. Mentally unstable? No. Out of all these main characteristics, Ginny only meets one, being obsessed. Being obsessed with a crush is normal. I think people forget the true meaning of obsession sometimes. Having a crush on someone is being obsessed. Aaron is obsessed with Aphmau. Gareth is also obsessed with Aphmau. I could go on and on about every My Street character and every crush they've ever had. Obsession only becomes a bad thing when it harms yourself and other people. Ginny isn't a bad person. She isn't a hussy like a lot of comments say. She definitely isn't a yandere. What puzzles me most about the hate on Ginny is, what about Kathy and Diana? Diana had a crush on Aaron as well, and while she did receive some hate, it was never near the amount of hate Ginny received. Then there's Kathy, who was the one sending Aphmau the notes and started the rumors. She doesn't get any hate. While you see comments hating on Ginny, a person who did nothing wrong, Kathy gets away with her wrongdoings. I've seen comments along the lines of, even though I know Kathy was the note sender, I still think she's funny. Like, what? Kathy is more of a yandere than anyone. Obsessed with their love interest. Yes. Only cares for themselves. Yes. Does immoral things because of their love. Yes. Becomes violent because of their love. No. Is a bit of a stalker. Possibly. Mentally unstable. Most likely. And yet, people don't hate Kathy. So why? Why hate Ginny? Is it because we see more of her obsession? No, just look at season 1 Travis. He was completely obsessed with Caitlyn. We still like him. Maybe it's her immaturity. Nope. People love Kawaii-chan and she can be pretty immature. Is it her jealousy? No. Look at Travis again. He gets super jealous of Kai and Starlight. If none of those things, then what is it? The answer is simple. Toxic shippers. People who are so immature they go out of their way to make hateful comments about a fictional character. Like these. I refuse to let my ship sink. Arm out for life. Don't you dare steal my ship, Ginny, I swear. Heart emoji. Whatever that face is emoji. More hearts emojis. When you already know Aaron and Aph are going to get married, but you're ready to kill Ginny in case she comes between your ship. Ginny, I'm planning me and Aaron's wedding. Me, oh no girl, stay away from Aphmau's man. Oh, poor Ginny. Oh well, yes, their relationship is over. Woohoo! Crying, laughing emoji, crying, laughing emoji, crying, laughing emoji, crying, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. Finally, the day I've been waiting for Ginny's heart to be broken. Okay, but if the answer is toxic shippers, you might wonder, what about Gareth, Lawrence, Jean, Zane, Diana, Kathy, Michi? These are all characters that could stand in the way of Armau being canon. What makes people hate Ginny so much? Out of everyone on this list, Ginny was the only one who actually started a relationship with one of the people in the Armau ship, Aaron. And she came the closest to breaking up the ship, I guess, and people hate her for it. But even more confusing, something that I still can't answer, is why people even cared. Gareth, Lawrence, and even Zane in the first season a little bit, Michi with her constant scheming. These were events that could have an effect on Aaron and Aphmau's relationship. But Ginny? FCU was a prequel, coming out at the same time as Starlight. People knew Aphmau and Aaron ended up together, so why did they care? Why did it matter that Aaron dated some other girl in college? They acted like she was gonna ruin the ship, that Armau would never happen, but it's a prequel. It was in the past. You can see in Starlight that they're getting engaged. Ginny doesn't matter in this situation. Why hate her so much? Jenny is overhated. If you hate Jenny, maybe rewatch FCU with what I said in mind. Maybe you'll see her differently. Or maybe you just don't like her for her personality. And that's fine. I can't make you like all the same characters I do and all the same ships. We should just all be respectful and maybe not go on talking about how you want to kill a fictional character for getting in the way of your ship.